Hey guys, so we were just reminiscing about how we became vegan and our journey, and we wanted to include you guys into the conversation. And so it's been about 5 months now that we have behind us on being on a whole foods plant based diet.
Yes.
And we have to say, it's quite a reason to celebrate over.
It is because it's been a long journey.
Yeah.
At least for me, it has.
Mhm.
Not so much you. You went cold turkey vegan.
Yeah. So when we had become friends, we had been friends for about a month, and in that month, we kind of also started to date.
Yeah.
And what caught my attention about her is she's a little health freak. So when she mentioned that she was gonna go vegan, I was like, okay, me too. Because I've always had a hunch that being vegan is a healthier choice for some reason. And I didn't want to influence her in a negative way, and I wanted to be 100% of support if we were going to begin dating. And so this reminds me of one of Avant-Garde's videos when yeah. This reminds me of one of Avant-Garde's videos with pickup lines in a collaboration when they're like talking and like making a recipe, and he's like, you know what they say, if your man ain't vegan, let him go.
So Gaz, you said something about if your man's not vegan, what do you do?
Let that man go.
Yeah. It's hard to make somebody vegan. I'm so glad I didn't have to make you vegan. You just became vegan.
Yeah, I'm easy.
For me, it was a struggle. So when he became cold turkey vegan, I was like, what? Just like that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, now I really have to stick to it. But it was good for me because I really wanted to, and I had struggled. And I was just like, oh, like, why can't I get it down? But I mean, I was at fault because I didn't want to let go of sushi and cheese. So I had struggled for a few years, and I first let go of milk when I was like 11, 12 years old. And then slowly I let go of other things, and eventually I just became pescatarian because fish, sushi, I love seafood. And then before that though, I had to let go of cheese. That was the hardest thing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so then pescatarian.
Yeah. Cheese is really hard to let go of.
It's addictive.
It's addictive.
It's on everything.
Mm-hmm. And it makes everything taste so much better.
Yes.
And don't quote me on this, but there's a chemical in cheese. I don't know the actual word. This might be it, but I believe it's called kesamine. And that same chemical is in morphine. So
No wonder.
reasons to addiction, reasons to how good it feels when you eat it.
Yeah. And even though we're talking about cheese right now, I really don't miss cheese. Do you?
No.
Yeah, like I'm not even craving cheese talking about cheese.
Mm-hmm. I actually had a really good vegan cheese this morning.
Really? What did you have?
It was super cheesy. I'll have to show it to you. We'll share it with
Okay.
you guys too in a future recipe. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that in since you were mentioning cheese.
Yeah. And so maybe that, that probably is the reason why I couldn't let go of cheese. I love cheese on everything. Especially cheese, rice. Rice crackers
Mm-hmm.
and wine. It's so good.
Oh yeah.
Like, that was life. But now, like, I really love being on a plant-based diet because it's so good for you. It's so good for your body, and you just feel so much more alive. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, now you can really live.
Yeah.
This is what it's like to be human.
Yeah, although it's really hard to let go of certain things. Like when you realize that this is good for you and you start to think, because it's mind over matter.
Mhm.
You have to be like, this is good for me. And you don't have to specifically be looking at a plate of salad. You can have like something delicious like a Buddha bowl. I personally love Buddha bowls
Buddha bowls are
because
awesome.
yes, they're so flavorful, and you can make such a delicious sauce for them and just like mix it all up and just gobble it all up. It's so good.
Yeah.
So it's mind over matter. You have to be like, okay, this isn't good for me. This is good for me. I'm gonna eat this, and all these nutrients are gonna make me feel so good, because it's about loving yourself and loving your body and taking care of yourself. And if you can take care of yourself, I think about like you can take care of other things. And so like it
In a
always
better
starts
way.
yeah, it always starts with you. Yeah.
Yeah, and so we wouldn't say that we're gonna regress into ever eating meat again, because it's just counterproductive to what we feel like is human life.
Yeah. And so being vegan has actually been very beneficial, of course, and we really haven't lost anything as to like the foods that we used to it, but we've gained so much more, and even in the way that we've been able to be creative with our dishes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which has enhanced our
Taste buds.
I don't even know what to say. Like, it's just a flavor explosion.
Our soul.
It enhanced our soul. Yeah. And we may sound really like, maybe for you meat eaters out there, like we've been through it. I grew up eating only meat every day, 3 meals a day. There was meat for sure in that meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So we may sound like we're exaggerating it, being vegan, at how wonderful it is, but it's not an exaggerated well, it's not an exaggeration one bit, because even if it wasn't well, I don't want to say that because we want to be healthy, of course, but like, even for people that don't care about health, just try being vegan and getting creative, and you're going to want to stick to a vegan diet more so, because you're going to see really how enhancing it is to your taste buds.
And I specifically first became vegan because I wanted to lose weight, and it did help, but I didn't know how to be vegan. And you hear so many things like, you need this much protein, you need these many vitamins, you're gonna lack something, like there's so much research done, and the doctors don't really tell you, just give you medication. And so I was just confused, and I got on a macronutrient diet, and I was still eating meat at that time, but then I did get into shape, and then I went vegan. I tried vegan again, and I was like, oh, this isn't working out. Like, how do you be vegan? And then so, yeah, and then I eventually got the hang of it. And so then that's when you came into the picture, and I was like, okay, now I'm really gonna be vegan. Yeah.
And you're the best vegan I know. I
Thanks.
secretly kind of feel like I'm more committed than you, though.
I know. I can be a little like lenient and be like, just give me the cheese if it's already on it.
Yeah.
But I won't eat it.
Let's tell them that story.
I
You're low-key mad. You're low-key mad.
wasn't mad.
It's okay if you want to be mad.
I wasn't mad. I was just like, we need to go back again. Let's just go somewhere else.
Yeah, so we went to the...
Eat the lettuce.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
So, I mean, during the pandemic, like, there's not that many options right now to get food for takeout, and like, if we don't have time to cook and we really just want to pick something up.
Even in general, there's not that many options for a vegan diet.
True.
Yeah.
So we went to the Habit, and they left cheese on what we ordered. And so, like, we picked it up. We went about a 20-minute distance away from the restaurant, and then we realized that there was cheese on it, and we were starving. We had to do something. We ended up not being able to do that because we had to go back to the restaurant and replace our item.
I automatically thought, okay, I ordered sourdough bread with the veggie patty and with the portobello mushroom, and it was called the portobello something. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah.
But I'm replacing the beef burger. So I automatically thought, I don't know why, I just did. I was like, okay, this guy, I told him I was a vegan, right? You know, or do you have any other vegan options? And then I making my order and I'm basically customizing everything. I just think that, okay, he knows not to put cheese on a vegan person's hamburger.
Right.
So I just thought that he wouldn't do it. So I was like, oh, maybe this isn't cheese. Maybe it's just something else.
Yeah.
And I'll eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we really want to stay 100% because we're just that committed and we want to stay that committed. And I don't see any value in ever eating dairy again. And
No.
like, even though there could be little challenges like that, that you're like, oh, whatever. I mean, and we're not saying you guys have to be that committed because
Yeah, that's just us.
it's just us and we love the challenge.
Yeah.
And I know you really didn't want to give in.
I didn't want to give in, but I was like, it's already, like, let's just scrape it off.
Yeah.
Like, what's so bad of, like, a drop of cheese?
Yeah. But I couldn't have it.
Yeah, I know. He was just like, no, we're going back. And I'm like, okay.
And that's when you realized I was insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's all kinds of little struggles in it, and we have our ups and downs, and there's so many more stories to the journey.
Yeah.
And if you guys want to know more, just let us know.
Yeah.
We'd be happy to share. We'd be happy to support you guys.
Yeah, we want to be there to be able to help you guys in your journey. And so this is why we're making these recipes and these YouTube videos to be able to help you guys.
Yeah. And maybe a lot of people still don't even know what veganism is because, like, that guy that put cheese on the vegan burger.
I know.
Maybe he just assumed it was like vegetarian or something.
Maybe.
Yeah, because vegetarians eat cheese.
That's true. I forgot vegetarians eat cheese.
And so we also do want to be a voice to anyone that isn't already aware of what veganism is and the benefits of it.
And if you're struggling to be vegan, don't give up. It's very beneficial and you'll reap the blessings later on.
Yeah.
If you're not on, like, have a grip on it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're not already reaping them. Because
Yeah.
you can notice significant changes within about 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's true.
If the diet's correct. And you're not eating processed foods.
Yeah, processed foods it's a different story. You
Yeah.
can be a non-healthy vegan.
Then maybe that's even worse than eating meat. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know what the research says. But ultimately, the diet that we follow is a research proven diet, which is a whole foods plant-based diet.
And it's more than just a diet, it's also a lifestyle that we have adopted. And so it goes into a lot of other aspects in our lives and the choices that we make.
Yeah, like she had mentioned earlier that she got into veganism because she wanted to lose weight, and it will help you to lose weight. And there's also a ton of other diets out there that will help you to lose weight, and even a lot quicker than veganism, but it's not gonna lead to longevity or health.
Yeah.
But veganism will be the one that surpasses them all.
So if you guys want to know anything else, go ahead and let us know in the comments below.
And till next time. Alright, bye.
I
It's
thought
over
that
now.
was